But last year, 2024, you found out that you
Yeah.
had a cyst. How did you deal with it?
Lahat kasi ng memory ko before it was that I was working day and night. When that happened, I had to go home. Everyone was not functioning the way they should function. My ultimate dream and goal in life is to make theirs come true. So kung wala ako, paano ko makikita yun? Napatigil ako na parang, is this the end of whatever I have now? I remember my dad. My dad is probably one of the youngest looking persons you would meet. When we were going through that, as in talagang yung eye bags niya lalim. My mom was sleepless din siya. Si Mikey, very aligaga din siya.
Did you pray?
I remember nung akala ko it was the end. I prayed na.
Thank you so much again for joining us here. Before anything else, para lang sa mga first time na mag-tune in dito, welcome to Small Talk. And I'm happy and I'm grateful to see this podcast, having such an amazing set of people na mag-guest, no? Isa na ang guest natin doon. And I'm just really grateful for you. I mean, nagkakwentuhan na tayo before pa magsimula. But you're the very first kind of episode for the
Wow.
relaunch. And for the people who don't know, this episode, meron tayong special guest. And our guest today is one of the biggest creators slash
OA.
influencers
OA naman
na
nun.
honestly never pa ako nakakita na creator na kasing lakas mo mag-influence. I think before it was like building up your fan base and supporter, but for you and I think when you entered the creator scene, talagang snowball na talagang so many women connected to you and related to your content, and you've been able to create a solid follower, solid community, I could say, in the span of how many years ka nang nag-create ng content?
2025. Kung full time, 2 years ko pa lang ng January.
Grabe, yun guys. 2 years pa lang nag-create ng content, pero sobrang dami ng nabudol sa mga links niya and sa mga content na ginawa niya online. But I'm very, very grateful. Let's all welcome to the show, CK, CZ De Leon.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be the first guest for your relaunch.
Yeah.
Because parang we tried to schedule before after Mikey.
Yeah.
After Mikey's guesting with you. But I'm happy to be here. I think feeling ko kasi, ano ba nangyari nun? I think with the busy schedule, kaya hindi siya natuloy.
Yeah.
It was a time na talagang wala akong ibang ginawa kundi mag-work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much. Yun nga, pinag-usapan natin before na dapat mag-schedule. Si Mikey din nagsabi siya sa akin na parang, uy, invite mo si CK. Gion, sabi niya gano'n. Pero hindi lang talaga nag-match ng schedules. Happy ako for today and for the next couple of days, yung mga busy kong friends as well is merong time. So thank you so much.
Yes,
I know super
course.
busy ka, nag-edit ka pa ng
yes, of course.
content bago mag-start.
Wala yun.
Yeah. And but of course, for the people who are not familiar with the work that you're doing, konting intro ka naman. Like, pakilala mo naman yung sarili mo and what do you do?
So, hello, my name is CK De Leon, but people call me Sizzy. I'm a lifestyle content creator. I wouldn't say na parang nasa beauty, ganun. It's something that I do din, but hindi kasi ako yung sobrang, I'm not knowledgeable enough. Or siguro for me lang.
Yeah.
So, more on lifestyle talaga. I'm a lifestyle content creator. My main channels are Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
So, ayun. Yun ang ginagawa ko.
Paano ka napunta sa content creation?
Content creation, siguro I started, ayoko na siyang i-disregard kasi I feel like it's still part of the process or like it's part of the story.
Yeah.
That way back in 2019, nung nag-start yung mga seeding, PR seeding, product, yun yung super easy days pa of content creation. Kasi pag nakuha mo yung product, so smile ka lang. Tapos post, tapos yun na yun. Doon nung time na yun, to be honest, it wasn't monetized yet, I think. Kumbaga parang nagsa-start pa lang
When you say
yung...
PR seeding, paano yun?
Sin product.
Like, pinapadalan ka ng product?
Papadalan ka ng product, naka-PR box siya, nakaayos siya. And then, yun pa yung time ng Instagram na wala pa atang Reels. 2019, mga ganun. It's just pictures lang talaga. So I was in college. I remember the first brand I got was sila Snail White pa. And it's something that
Ah.
I hold close to my heart kasi until now, ka-work ko sila.
Yeah.
So, Snail White was my first ever brand. Pinadala nila yun sa dorm ko. I had no idea how to do it. Picture ka lang. So, picture ako selfie yung ganun with the product. Pandemic happened and I had to focus on my studies. And then I met Mikey. During that time, nung pandemic, Mikey was doing his YouTube basketball content. And then I was trying to help him because ako yung mas knowledgeable sa trends
Mm.
because of the age gap.
Yeah.
So 30,
Gen Z.
20, the 10-year age gap. So I think when he was doing his YouTube, yun yung ginagawa ko. I acted like his manager also because I would contact brands. I remember talaga. As in,
You reach out to brands
oo,
for
talagang
Mikey.
for Mikey.
Okay.
And then ako yung nagpapagawa na ng merch niya, ako yung nagde-deliver. So I was the back end of Mikey TV. Oh, tama, yun pa yung tawag, Mikey TV. Mikey TV. And then, basta I was just basically trying to help him with his social media.
Yeah.
Up to 2022, na parang nag-Instagram na din siya.
Uh-huh.
And then, we met Mika, manager. Si Mika, I asked her for a lunch date because I wanted her to teach me how to be a manager.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I knew of Mika because I grew up watching Ray.
Okay.
And I would see na si Mika yung manager. So, talagang, ayun, parang nag-followan na kami ni Mika sa Instagram. And then, sobrang kilig ko nun, I would tell Mikey pa na parang, babe, finollow ko ng manager ni Mika. Magpapaturo ako. Ay, manager ni Ray, papaturo ako. I met Mika. She was actually helping me na. Like, she was trying to...
tinuturo niya na
oh,
sa'yo.
na parang, paano ba pricing, ganyan. And then...
Buti tinuturo niya kasi parang manager din siya, di ba?
Oo, sobrang bait ni Mika nun na parang sabi ko nga, like, even before, she was very generous of what she knew. She was very kind to, like, teach me kung paano ba yun gagawin.
Yeah.
And then, I think the next day, nag-uusap pa din kami ni Mika online and then she was like, gusto mo bang i-try? I-try mo na, i-handle ko kayo parehas ni Mikey.
So,
Yun.
from turo ko sa'yo, i-handle ko kayo parehas.
Oo. Kasi parang I remember what happened kasi during our meeting ni Mika. Chine-check niya yung stats. Stats ng post ko, post ni Mikey. Kasi may collab na ata nung time na yun. Or something like that. Basta, chine-check niya. And then she said na she noticed how Mikey's Instagram or kumbaga yung videos niya, he had more engagement when we were together. So parang kasi Mikey, yung YouTube ni Mikey was flying already because that was his thing.
Yeah.
Basketball. Nung dinala niya sa Instagram and he wanted to go lifestyle, kasama ako sa videos. Because syempre parang yun yung life namin during that time, which is we were going out, nagkukulitan lang kami. So napansin ni Mika na parang nag-work siya pag nandun ka.
Okay.
So why don't you do it together? So that's when I started doing content also.
On your own profile na rin? Or parang, sige, sabit-sabit lang kay Mikey?
Oo, parang sabit-sabit lang kay Mikey. And then, Mika was the one also na nagturo sa akin how I can do my own content.
Yeah.
Like, sabi niya na parang pwede kang mag-get ready with me. Basta ang sure ako nun was lagi kaming merong together ni Mikey.
Okay.
Because doon nag-start eh.
Yeah. Curious ako, nung you were entering this, yung conversation you with Mika, and ikaw, parang nakaset yung utak mo, like, you wanted to become, or parang, you're gonna be a manager of Mikey. Did it ever cross your mind na parang, kaya ko rin to? Parang, was there like a thought in your mind before that lunch with Mika na parang, I could also be a content creator? Like, maybe growing up, did you kind of see yourself na parang, kaya ko rin yan, gumawa ng content?
Honestly, if tatanungin ko yung younger self ko, hindi. Because I had a plan. I really had a plan growing up na magiging piloto ako. Everything, since I was 7. since 7 ako till I was probably 20 or 19 years old, my life's plan was to be a pilot.
Mm.
Everything I did was for me to become a pilot. As in, nakaplan na siya lahat. High school, nag-STEM ako kasi para gamay ko na yung math. Nung time na yon kailangan may pre-pilot course ka, so I took up tourism. And then, bago kasi mag-pandemic, third year na ako noon. So, dapat internship. So, I was supposed to do internship in an airline.
Yeah.
I was already researching mga sponsorship programs for pilot courses. So, everything was supposed to lead me to become a
Why
pilot.
pilot? Like, was this something that gusto mo talaga or your parents kind of...
It was something I wanted since I was
why?
7.
Bakit?
Feeling ko kasi noon, like, nakakaikot ako ng mundo, which is
Okay.
something na traveling was a luxury to us growing up. Maybe we traveled twice hanggang kailan ba yung last ko? I was probably 14, ganun. 14 yung last ko. My first was hindi pala, 12, 14 lang ata ako. Parang mga ganun. So, it was a luxury for us growing up. That's why I wanted to become a pilot. Kasi sabi ko, pag nag-pilot ako, makakaikot ako ng mundo. Tapos, madaming perks kasi yung family, di ba, pag pilot ka, sumasama ko family ko.
Yeah.
And then, I felt like becoming a pilot was something fit sa personality ko noon. I'm a very organized person. I want everything na parang, kumbaga, though madaming uncertainty sa pagpapilot, pero parang feeling ko, pag umupo ka doon and then you know your stuff, you're gonna fly.
Yeah.
Anyway. So,
Checklist and all.
oo.
Like,
Parang very
na,
organized,
go
diba?
lang.
Talagang kailangan, bago ka umandar, lahat okay na. And then, you have your schedule. Kumbaga, it's something na I really saw myself doing. Like, I could still, honestly, to this day, may thoughts pa din ako na parang, ano kaya itsura ko kung naging piloto talaga ako? May mga ganun pa din ako.
How do you deal with that? Knowing na that's a life, that's a CK na totally different from what you're currently doing. How did you transition? Like, what was your mindset going through na parang, parang alam mo yun, na parang, I need to let go of that.
I think the letting go part of that dream was when the pandemic happened. Because the pandemic kasi, ang daming nagbago ng pandemic eh, na parang 2020, pag-graduate na ako, everything was supposed to, kumbaga, sa lahat ng pinlano ko since 7 ako, nandun na ako sa last. Like last na, tapos pilot school na ako. Tapos biglang walang lumilipad, walang pilot school noon. Even after, I think pilot school resumed end of 2021, 2022.
They called it like really bad industry na yung
Oo,
airlines.
as in
Dead
talagang,
na siya. Wala na talaga.
even, parang binenta nga si PAL nung time na yun, diba? So parang, kailan ba? Parang 2020, pag-graduate na ako noon, patapos na yung thesis ko, Mikey and I were together already. So si Mikey na yung nagna-nudge sa akin na parang, at this point, you need to think of something else. So, I had to accept it also kasi parang wala talaga akong choice. I can't wait. And, kumbaga, for someone like me, wala akong, kumbaga, yung choice of waiting, it wasn't on the table. And I don't want it to be like that na I'm just gonna wait na babalik yung pilot school because I really wanted to start working for, kumbaga, I grew up naman na meron kaming money, but I wanted to give back na to my parents. Kasi I knew everything they had to sacrifice growing up.
Yeah.
Especially when I was in college. Kasi ang daming kailangan nun nung college. So parang I saw my parents struggle. So sabi ko, after college, kailangan, medyo I need something para I can start giving back. And like, para naman, kumbaga, mabawasan ng konti yung load ng parents ko.
So parang a part of the decision also was because of your parents na parang kasing maraming mga youngins ngayon, mga kaka-graduate lang din na parang, especially in our generation, it's more of we know that we don't need to give it back to our parents. Na parang hindi na tayo retirement plan ng ano. I think
That's true.
I think before then, medyo parang ganun yung path eh. Na parang
Mm.
pag nag-graduate ka, tulungan mo yung parents mo. But ikaw, you really wanted to give
I
back.
wanted
Why?
because growing up kasi parang hindi naman walang-wala, hindi rin lavish na lahat meron. Kumbaga we had enough for every day and then may days na nangailangan din. And so I think kasi sa aming magkakapatid, we're three. I'm the middle child.
Mm.
So sa aming tatlo, I think ako yung mabilis makagets kasi when there's something, kumbaga kung may problem yung parents ko.
Mm.
I don't know na I don't know why, I don't know how, but my mom was also very me and my mom, we were very vocal about things. Na
Mm.
parang, bata pa lang ako, gets ko na eh.
Mm.
So, when I was in college, when I was studying, I had to do certain things kasi na parang may mga responsibilities ako noon as a student manager for a sports team
Mm.
na would require me, kumbaga kunyari parang meals for mga post-game, ganun.
Mm.
And so, syempre, sagot ko yun as a team manager.
Mm.
And I would see like my mom cooking 4 a.m. pa lang, dadalhin niya. Kumbaga, all the sacrifices my dad would go to the market, siya yung mamimili. And that would go on for almost an entire 2 months
Yeah.
na every other day. So, that's one. And then the rest, syempre lahat pa ng mga kailangan ko as a student, nagdo-dorm ako noon because I
Mm.
had to train. So, syempre yung mga fees and everything else, baon, ganun. So, ako, I know that I'm not my parents' retirement plan,
Mm.
but it's not entirely about the money. It's more of the comfort na gusto ko ibigay sa parents ko na parang baka naman since patapos na ako, 1 out of 3 na lang yun eh.
Mm.
So, kaya na namin yun ng sister ko. Like, kumbaga, parang kung magka-problem man, kung magkulang man, my sister and I are there.
Yeah.
But, the comfort of my parents na hindi nila na-feel for all the years na nag-aaral kami.
Yeah.
Baka kahit konti, pa konti, mababalik ko siya.
Yeah.
Because, yun nga, parang, yung travel namin, even, my mom grew up in Batangas.
Mm.
So, hindi rin siya masyadong sanay sa Manila life.
Uh-huh.
And then, hindi priority sa kanilang traveling.
Mm.
So, parang kahit siya, nung first travel ko, first travel niya din.
Wow.
Yes. So, lagi ko iniisip, even to this day, na parang, meron akong nakita na post na parang, syempre when we get older, may point in our lives wherein we feel like, ang kulit naman ng parents ko. Like,
Tumatanda pa
oo,
balik
di
sa
ba?
atin
Parang,
yan.
kung tayo tumatanda, we're starting to get how life is.
Mhm.
Sila naman, parang to us, the way we see them, bakit kumukulit sila?
Uh-huh.
But then, I remember seeing this post na parang sabi nila na be patient with your parents or like with your mom or with your dad because this is also the first time they are seeing the world. So, lagi ko yung iniisip na parang, kung feeling ko first time ko,
Yeah.
sila, ang dami pa nilang first time na hindi pa din nila nakikita. So, that's why, after talaga, like my life's plan is after college, I need to work for myself and for my parents.
Yeah.
So, yun.
I think there's so much like I just want to acknowledge how brave you are in doing that. And kasi parang tayo nga growing up dami na nga natin iniisip, di ba? We're trying to figure out life and with every uncertainty that comes with it. But you really saw it na parang you want to give back to people. And I think that's a really healthy way of kind of seeing the relationship. But you said that you are close, you're very vocal kayo ni
Mm-mm.
mommy mo. Right? What's the biggest lesson na naipasa niya sa'yo growing up?
Biggest lesson, I think, ngayon ko lang nare-realize yung biggest lesson na tinuturo niya sa akin. Which is, parang, lagi yung sinasabi noon na I need to see the world first before I settle down, before I make up my mind on something. Kumbaga, kailangan i-explore ko daw muna lahat. And I get why she's saying that because my parents, she got married at 20, my dad was 28.
Mm.
But that was a norm yun dati, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Na parang young pa siya. But now kasi parang nagigets ko siya kasi that also means experiencing a lot of things
Mhm.
and having more to your life story.
Ganda.
So parang yun yung lagi kong tama siya. Like ngayon iniisip ko na hindi mo kasi gets yun ng bata kaya na parang nakita ko na lahat.
Gusto mo na magmadali eh, di
Oo,
ba?
like,
Doon na tayo, punta na tayo
oo, na
doon sa next
parang
part.
totoo naman na I'm not yet ready. Especially because I think with how I see life, ngayong probably since last year when I knew I had an arachnoid cyst in my head. Ngayon ko palang nafe-feel ngayon ko palang na-realize na parang, wait lang. So, if one day lumaki yung cyst ko, tas ma-bye-bye world tayo, what experiences do I have? Like, what story can I bring with me and share with other people? And before that, work lang ako ng work. And things about, I knew that there were a lot of things about myself na fini-figure out ko pa din. So, gusto ko kasi, I would always tell Mikey, kasi di ba people would say na, mafi-figure out mo naman yan kahit na may asawa ka. Ganito,
Yeah.
ganyan. Na
You can do it
parang,
together
oo, na
naman.
parang, kumbaga, when you say you're not ready, other people would assume na, why do you think marriage would stop you from anything when it won't naman? Like, I get that. But it's more of a personal thing kasi na parang, how can you give yourself and be one with someone else if you're not yet sure of who you really are? As in talagang midlife na to, guys. Pa 25 na kasi ako. So feeling ko ngayon siya nagsisink in. Pero parang may ganun.
Yeah.
Because, yun nga, I came from a pandemic graduate. I'm a pandemic graduate. Tapos, little by little, as the years went by, little by little din naman nag-open up ulit yung mundo for us.
Yeah.
So how can you, by 2021, parang kaka-lift pa lang ng lockdown, what world do I have then?
Yeah.
Very restricted pa din. 2022, slowly easing into the normal life.
Yeah.
But not everything was already available.
Yeah.
Now that we think na okay na lahat, ngayon ko pa lang din nakikita yung mundo. So it goes back to what my mom would tell me, na explore ka muna.
Yeah.
And
kailan to sinasabi ng mother mo, ng mommy mo?
my mom, matagal na niya sinasabi sa akin.
Ever since you were
since
college, high school pa
High
lang,
school pa
explore
lang.
ka lang.
Oo,
Sabi
like,
nila.
ramdamin mo muna lahat. Experience, lumipad ka, ibang bansa, ganyan. Umalis ka on your own, try a lot of things. Kumbaga, see the world first.
So, 2020, medyo bumabalik na sa new normal. 2021, 2022, still kind of like growing, yung space, di ba? Parang nagkakaroon na ng better options, more options. And life was doing good. Pumasok ka ng content creation, 23? 23.
Yes.
And of course, for sure, there's so many like ups and downs that came with it. But last year, 2024, you mentioned that you found out that you had a cyst. Can you walk us through like what was that feeling? Ano yung nangyari noon nung nalaman mo siya and how did you deal with it?
That one kasi, it started, lahat kasi ng memory ko before it was that I was working day and night, halos 24 hours. But, just to be clear guys, hindi naman kami ganun in-overwork ni Mika, ng manager namin. That was my choice to work day and night.
Yeah.
Ano naman,
Super
kumbaga
chill si Mika.
Oo, may schedule kami. But ako kasi the way I see our work, you need to have organic content.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, there are personal content na kailangan nilabas mo for your own good. Yung hindi mga branded. So, hindi po kami na-overwork ni Mika. Baka po tawagin niyo yung mga...
Okay lang po, pengi pa po kami projects.
Pero ayun, parang yung memory ko before I knew that I had a cyst was that I was really stressed. I was stressed, I was sleeping late, I was working halos 24/7 nga talaga. And then may time na nagkaroon ako ng migraine. Growing up, I would have migraines na talaga, but nawawala siya basta uminom ka ng gamot. But then last year, it lasted for a week. Kasi lahat na ginawa ng nanay ko, nilagyan ako ng dahon ng atis
Mm.
dito, ta's ano, tinapala niya. Basta parang feeling namin nanunuka na, gano'n.
Ah,
Lahat na ginawa namin, I took meds, lahat ng meds na kailangan. Lahat ng usual meds ko for migraine, but hindi siya nawala. And so, yung mga tito ko who's in the medical field said
yeah.
na, "Get a CT scan." So, yun, I got it. Um, Sabi ko, "Ganun pa talaga magpa-CT scan? Napakatagal bago ka pa pauwiin. Eh, hindi pa naman dapat lalabas ang result, 'di ba,
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
any test." But they held me in the area ng basta yung sa lab na yun na for like 30 minutes or an hour.
Hmm.
And then sabi, "Wait lang po, wait lang po." Sabi ko, "Eh, sabi niyo po 2 days pa po yung result."
Hmm.
So 2 days ako dito, gano'n? Like
Hmm.
bakit ang tagal? But they were already calling na pala my tito who gave me the prescription to get a CT scan kasi nga they found an arachnoid cyst in my head. Which is here, dito siya. Arachnoid cyst kasi is sa loob siya ng skull.
Hmm.
Sa loob ng skull na talagang kung nasaan yung brain.
Uh-huh.
Arachnoid cysts are cysts na parang fluid-filled lang naman siya.
Mhm.
It's not cancerous,
Okay.
ganyan. And then they were saying na yung ganong type is congenital. So
Hmm.
ever since I was a baby, it was there.
What?
Ever since I was a baby, it
And it
was
did
there.
not manifest up until last year?
Kasi nga, sabi ko, kaya pala ako nagma-migraine noon pa lang.
Ah.
Pero kasi ang migraine ko, inuman mo lang ng gamot, okay na.
Oo.
But
Yeah.
yun nga, last year, tuloy-tuloy siya 1 week. So yun, they found an arachnoid cyst.
They mentioned it to you on the spot, or yeah, they called you and then yung tito mo tumawag sa'yo?
Oo, tinawagan ako ng tito ko.
Okay.
Na parang, kasi they wanted na for me to go to to go to the ER after, to have it checked. Kasi
Okay.
nga, syempre lahat ng medical records ko, walang record of that cyst.
Mm.
So, kumbaga alam din nila that it's just the first
Yeah.
time. And then, um, parang they said kasi na ang mga ganong cyst, kumbaga hindi pa siya alarming basta below 3 cm.
Yeah. They explained it to you
Oo,
na agad-agad on the spot.
oo, na parang
What was going through your mind?
as in naninigas lang ako no'n na parang, anong gagawin ko? Eh, andun ka kasi sa room na nandun ka pa sa may mga room ng CT scan
Uh-huh.
machines, whatever, and then yung sa labas nandun yung waiting area. So, I was inside and they were trying to explain it to me, but my parents were outside. So, kumbaga parang, okay. Tapos naiiyak-iyak na lang ako dito, sige po, papa-check up na lang, gano'n. But ang dami ko iniisip nun. Very traumatic siya for me because hindi ako nako-confine nung bata.
Uh,
Kasi yung mga sister, feeling ko nga nung time na yun, dream ko pa ma-confine eh.
Oo,
Kasi yung
bucket
brother
list pa
ko, di
yun.
ba parang, like di ka papasok sa school, tas nakahiga ka, whatever. So, I grew up na wala akong anything medically, like, wala. So, when they told me, di ko alam gagawin, naninigas lang ako. Tapos syempre since hindi mo alam
Mm.
kung ano yung kumbaga dangerous
Yeah.
niya, or kung ano yung mga hindi puwede, anong puwedeng mangyari,
Yeah.
ooperahan na ba ako kaagad.
Yeah.
So, takot na takot ako nun.
Kasi I'm really ako din hindi ako masyadong ano sa
Mm.
mga hospital. In fact, 'pag nagkakasakit ako parang, "Hintayin mo lang 2 days mawawala na yan." Gano'n lang ako.
Mm.
But to imagine na you were there and then everything
Mm.
was kind of like paused na di mo alam ang gagawin mo
Mm.
and parang you want more explanation but kind of like parang sobrang I just can't
Oo.
imagine like ano na yung
Iba
dumadaan sa
talaga
isip
kasi
mo.
parang sabi ko, "Ba't gano'n?" Eh, siyempre yung una mong iisipin, parang sa'kin tubuhan ka na ng cyst, 'wag lang sa ulo tsaka sa may puso, eh. Pero nandito siya eh. Nasa ulo mo siya. One of the dangerous spots probably na pwede kang, like, inisip ko na napatigil ako na parang, so is this the end of whatever I have now? Kasi hindi ko nga, yun nga, parang, nung sa CT scan area pa lang, wala kasing walang clear
Yeah.
explanation. So, yung naisip ko nun was, so ano na ang gagawin ko? Like, wala na ba? Like, is this the end? Like,
Mm.
magbababay world na ba talaga ako? Like, what's gonna happen? And so, I remember, it took us a good week din siguro to get to my neuro. Kasi parang, after that, nagkaroon ng consultation with a neurologist first. So, she gave me meds for the pain, but I had to do an MRI
Mhm.
kasi they had to check. Medyo malapit kasi siya sa eyes.
Uh-huh.
And then they also saw a little bit on the pituitary gland, which is the
Yeah.
growth, parang gland natin. So, my schedule for the MRI was 3 days after pa.
Mhm.
And then as much as we wanted to go to a neuro who can really explain, I have to go through my test first.
Mm.
So
So
after
you
the
had to
test,
wait.
I had to wait. And then, um, yung MRI, I think, was probably one of the worst tests I could have done. Kasi you spend 45 minutes in that big na parang machine. Papasok ka sa loob, nakastrap ka. Even my head was strapped. Kasi you're not supposed to move.
Mm.
Bawal kang mag-move. 45 minutes. And then, um, buong 45 minutes, pumikit ako. Kasi sobrang nakakaano siya. Like talagang may strap ka dito, tas may cage pa yun. Tapos, pag pinasok ka sa loob, ganyan lang yung gap ng cage sa machine.
Mm.
So, talaga
Parang di ka
nakakaano siya.
makahinga.
Oo. And then, first time ko yun, a lot
Mm.
was going through my head. Bawal kang gumalaw. Nilumunok nga, hindi mo pwedeng gawin.
Mm.
Wala. So, parang sabi ko, oh my God, like, hindi ko na alam gagawin ko nun kasi, alam mo yung kinakabahan ka na, na
Yeah.
parang magpa-panic attack ka na. But you can't do anything. You were alone.
Yeah.
Obviously, kasi liit nun.
Yeah.
And then, yun, when we did that,
How did your parents react?
my parents, ano sila eh, parang, siguro, na-trauma din sila. Because I grew up nga na wala akong anything. I was probably one of the strongest in the kids. So, wala silang problema sa akin growing up. Wala talaga. And then, I remember my mom was very scared. Kumbaga parang lahat na ng simbahan gusto niyang puntahan. As in talagang, like, grabe yung takot nila nun. My mom's fear was next level talaga. I
Yeah.
think, yun yung first time ko makita sila na gano'n na kahit sila, may aligagana sila na parang
Yeah.
anong gagawin namin, lahat na lang gagawin niya. Mawala lang yung cyst, parang gano'n. Tapos, that's one of the reasons why now, ayaw ko silang sinasama sa check-up. Kasi ayaw kasi nakikita eh, na takot sila, gano'n. So, nung time na yon, um,
Did you have what was the conversation? Parang ano ba 'yun? Paano mo sila kinausap na parang at maybe of course, as the
mm,
tests went by and you started to deal with it,
oo.
parang how did you guys talk about it?
Ano siya eh, parang nagtalo pa kami ng parents ko
Mhm.
nun. Kasi my mom was, syempre as a mom,
Yeah.
she just wanted you to get better.
Yes.
So, ang dami niya hindi pinakain sa akin. Dapat daw gluten-free ako, ganun para hindi na daw ma-inflame yung cyst,
Yeah.
whatever, whatever. Eh, when we were asking everyone we know in the medical field, they were just like relax lang kayo,
Yeah.
ganyan. As in, she wanted me to be on bed rest till my appointment with the neurosurgeon. Eh, nababaliw na nga ako sa kwarto.
Yeah.
Like, talagang kakainin na ako dito. Like, palabasin niyo ako. Even, ang natandaan ko nun, nilalabas ako ng sister ko. She would bring me to Makati noon, yung Sunday kapag pwede kang mag-walk around.
Yeah.
Tapos yun, bawal akong mag-jog noon. So, lalakad ka lang, gano'n. Tapos nakabantay yung mga kapatid ko. And then, Mikey would go to my house every day
Yeah.
to, wala lang, tatambay lang
Yeah. How
siya.
did Mikey respond?
OA yun eh. OA siya. Parang si Mikey nun nagka-panic attack din siya. Kasi sanay kami na everyday magkasama kami. And then when that happened, I had to go home and stay sa house. So kumbaga hindi rin kami makaalis. I know na everyone was not functioning the way they should function.
Mm.
Kasi parang, I remember my dad. My dad is probably one of the youngest looking persons you would meet
Yeah.
talaga. Like very, yung aura niya, very, ano si daddy, happy-go-lucky siya eh. He's a very
Good
jolly person.
vibes.
No?
Yeah.
But then when we were going through that, as in talagang yung eye bags niya lalim, pumayat din siya ng sobra. My mom was, ganun din, sleepless din siya. Si Mikey, very, ano din siya, parang aligaga din siya na parang konting message lang, ganyan. And then, nagme-message siya sa akin nun sa gabi na parang, anong gagawin natin? Parang ako, ba, hindi ko nga alam gagawin ko. Tatanong mo pa ako, anong gagawin mo? Like, kahit siya hindi siya makafunction.
Yeah.
So, parang, sabi ko, ang hirap. It's so hard for me to be in that position because I'm used to being strong.
Yeah.
And then, I'm used to knowing what to do, what exactly,
Yeah.
like, I need to do.
Yeah.
Tapos sila din, sanay na ganun ako.
Yeah.
So, for them to see me in that state na, ala, hindi niya alam gagawin niya.
Yeah.
Nagulo talaga lahat.
Yeah.
Nagulo.
Because I know the better half of this story, right? And we'll get into that a little bit. But because it's so rare to hear these kinds of stories na literally na your life parang magpa-flash siya sa'yo in just one information na parang, oy, meron kang cyst. Did you really think that during those times that was the end for you?
Kasi parang, when I knew I had a cyst, and I wasn't sure of what it was, what it can do to me, I didn't want to sleep. Hindi, ayoko matulog. Like sabi ko, Lord, pwede ba yung may energy ako bukas pero hindi ako matutulog tonight? Kasi takot ako na hindi ako magigising. Like, takot ako na bigla maging aneurysm pala siya or may something na naman na hindi ko alam.
Yeah.
So, I was so scared of not waking up. I didn't want to go to sleep. And then, parang, when I was in that point kasi in my life, parang wala ka ng ibang, well, for me, wala ako ibang maisip nun, kundi, paano yung may iwan, ganun. Like, paano parents ko, like, masyado silang magiging heartbroken if I left.
Yeah.
Paano si Mikey? Paano magpa-function? Yung anak ko, si Mikey Reyes, kung mawawala ako.
Yeah.
Like, talagang sabi ko, oh my God, mapipila yung si Mikey.
Yeah. Are you religious?
Yeah, I am.
Did you pray
Yeah, I did.
a lot?
I prayed
What was
a
your
lot.
prayer?
My prayer was, I remember nung akala ko it was the end, I prayed na alagaan ni Lord everyone na maiiwan ko. Sabi ko na parang, if tonight would be my last night here, gusto ko lang i-bless niya enough lahat na may iwan ko for them not to feel na wala ako. Kasi ang hirap noon. Like, my God, napapaiyak si Alec dito sa podcast, guys. How are you? Kasi parang feeling ko, my ultimate dream and goal in life is to make theirs come true. So, kung wala ako, paano yung dreams nila? Just like, paano ko makikita yun? Diba? Sabi ko talaga, parang, may prayer pa ako na, Lord, gawin mo ako angel. Kasi, Parang ako na lang angel nila. Kasi 'di ba yung sabi nila na parang when you have an angel in the family, matutupad yung dreams mo. Sabi ko, gawin niya akong angel. Kasi hindi ko sure kung maging angel ako sa lahat ng kagagawan ko in life eh. Like, Lord, kahit half lang ng katawan ko, dalhin mo sa langit. Matupad ko lang yung pangarap nila. Tapos, I remember, kinakausap ko si Mikey na parang, sabi ko sa kanya na, I need you to find someone who will take care of you. Kasi alam ko hindi mo talaga ang sarili mo. Kasi pinapabaya ko na siya sa iba. O kumalma kayo, buhay pa ako. Baka mamaya may magsumubok na mag-apply siya. Buhay pa ako, guys. Pero yun yung prayer ko na. Sabi ko na, kung yun na talaga, hindi mo na, wala ka namang magagawa sa plans ni Lord, diba? Like,
Yeah.
that's out of your control.
Yes. I just can't fathom na yung thoughts
Mm-mm.
of what was going through your mind. I mean, for someone who I feel na based on the story that you shared,
Mm-mm.
who's so selfless, like I've known a lot of people, and for some, they're just like me. I'm someone who wants to fulfill my own parang legacy as a child. I
Mm-mm.
wanted to kind of like me, right? And ikaw, you're very selfless. Even back in college, you were already looking forward to giving back to your parents. I mean, such a good kid, going
Mm.
through college and all, and biglang babagsak sa'yo yung
Mm.
ganong kind of scenario. I just really want to say that I admire your bravery. I admire your courage for just going through it and parang, alam mo yun, na just deal with it.
Mm.
Because I know it's definitely not easy
Mm.
na ganyan. Plus, I think pag dumating ka rin sa point na pinagdadasal mo na maging angel ka na lang,
Oo,
parang yun
talagang
na yung surrender na talaga
oo,
na.
talagang sabi ko, Lord, Diyos ko po, like, I just wanted, parang yung thought ko noon was, it's sad
Yeah.
because I felt like I was, yung feeling mo na dun ka sa highs of highs in
You
life.
were getting everything.
Oh,
Parang,
I was already experiencing everything I was dreaming of.
yeah.
I was getting things I didn't even think I would get when I was young. Kumbaga parang, um, feeling ko noon, pa-peak na.
Yeah.
Like, pa-peak na lahat ng pinagtatrabahuan ko. Parang, kumbaga, yun na yung time for me to get everything na pinagtrabahuan
Harvest
ko.
na.
As in,
Oo.
harvest time na siya. But then, nangyari yun.
Yeah.
So, parang, yung thoughts ko nun was, okay, so kung ano yung meron ako ngayon, paano ko siya may iwan ng tama?
Mhm.
Like, muntik na ako magsulat ng will. Muntik na
Yeah.
talaga. Pero sabi ko, wag. Ibig sabihin, minamanifest kong madeds ako. So,
Yep.
hindi ko sinulat. Sabi ko, so bahala na lang kayo pag nawala ako. Bato-topic na lang kayo.
Problema niyo na yan.
Ang problema nyo na yan kasi ayoko i-manifest.
Yeah.
Pero dumating siya sa ganung point. But, it's, kumbaga, now kasi, if I were to compare kumbaga, what I'm feeling right now, or like, kung nasa na ako ngayon
Yeah.
from a year ago. When we met kasi my neurosurgeon, sobrang laking ginhawa actually when we finally got to him. Kasi 1 week nag-aantay ka, 1 week na parang lahat, parang
Question mark
oh,
lahat.
question mark lahat na yung parents ko talaga nagsimba sa Quiapo, sa Baclaran. And you know what gusto kong sabihin na until now, yung dad ko, nakakaiyak siya. Parang, dati pa naman, nagsisimba talaga sila sa Baclaran sa Baclaran ata o sa Baclaran. But yun yung every Wednesday. Dati pa nagaganon sila. Pero may time kasi last year na na parang dapat silang dalawa ng mom ko magbabaklaran. May umuwi sila ng Batangas. So from Batangas, nagbaklaran si daddy. And then, tinatanong ko si mami na, ba't pa kasi siya nagbaklaran? Galing na ng Batangas, ganyan. And then sabi daw ng dad ko na parang, ginagawa niya daw yun para hindi na ulit ako magkasakit. So parang hanggang ngayon hindi siya nagmi-miss. Umulan, bumagyo, hindi siya magmi-miss. Kahit anong gawin niya, kung kailangan niya pumunta do'n ng madaling araw, pupunta siya do'n ng madaling araw. Kung hahapunin siya. LRT siya papunta do'n. Pero hindi pa siya nagmi-miss. So parang sabi ko na when that happened to me, it was such a big moment in my life na ang dami kong na-realize. I was working too hard
Yeah.
and that I wasn't seeing the value of the people around me, na love ako. Kasi nga puro ako trabaho. Hindi ko inaalagaan sarili ko. Like, yun din pala isa sa prayers ko na parang, Lord, if this is your way of telling me na hindi ko na inaalagaan sarili ko, aalagaan ko na. Like, mawala lang siya. Kasi, it's not just me eh. Kasi, physically, nung nakainom ako ng gamot, okay na ako. Pero, if iisipin ko, lahat ng tao na affected, parents ko, mga kapatid ko nag-worry, si Mikey nag-worry. Like, I don't want to be in that position again. Na pati sila mahihirapan because there was something wrong with me. So, parang, ngayon, thinking about it, looking back at it, especially after my last check-up na
Yeah.
my doctor was just like, enjoy life. Sabi ko, Dok, sana sinabi mo last year pa lang. Enjoy ko. Like, well, sinabi
Yun yung nasa
naman,
prescription, no?
oo,
Enjoy
enjoy
life.
life. Well, sa totoo lang kasi, after yung first consultation ko with him, which
Yeah.
was when he explained everything, na arachnoids siya, it's not, hindi pa ER, hindi pa emergency case.
Yeah.
They would say kasi a cyst daw, if gusto mo siyang pa-operan, or like yung ina-advise nilang operan is something above 3 cm. Eh, mine is 7 ata. 7 siya. Though sabi niya, madami naman daw nabubuhay with an arachnoid cyst. Madami naman talaga. As long as it doesn't affect any of your other nerves. Yun nga, yung sa eyes ko, yung pituitary gland ko. As long as walang headache na hindi nawawala kahit with meds. So sabi niya sa akin noon na parang, okay ka, like okay ka lang. Kasi natandaan ko noon, ang tinanong ko lang sa kanya during that consultation was, pwede po ba akong lumipad? Kasi may work trip ako pa Shanghai.
Okay.
Parang 2 days after. Ay, hindi. The next day. Dapat may lipad ako. So, yun ang tinanong ko. Tapos ever since lumipad ako na hindi na ako bumalik sa kanya. Dapat due ako. Dapat pagbalik ko, babalik ako. 10 months after na ako bumalik. But it was also because nung since May 2024 hanggang my last checkup, which was neto lang Feb ata. Especially before, buong 2024 pala, nag-YOLO ako noon. Na parang, di ko babalikan si Doc kasi ayoko na ulit makarinig ng bad news. Traumatizing siya. That's how I coped with that incident of my life. Na,
So you went on YOLO mode.
oo, sinasabi ko talaga na parang, wala nga akong cyst eh. Pero pag sumasakit ulo ko, di ko talaga sinasabi. Hindi ko talaga sinasabi. May time na sumakit ulo ko nun for a week, walang may alam. I dealt with it with talagang ininuman ko lang ng gamot till mawala siya. Pero I didn't tell na my parents, I didn't tell Mikey. Kasi nga ayoko na nga yung ganung feeling.
Yeah.
It was very traumatizing for me.
So, last month or mga February, check up. And then sabi, enjoy life. And now we're here, right? Question ko is, what are there any kind of like way of living that has drastically changed, or you're planning to change?
Way of life, nag-change na siya since last year.
Okay.
It was, yun nga, hindi na ako masyado nagpapastress sa work. I have my rest days. Dati kasi tuloy-tuloy talaga. As in, Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, sisingit ka lang ng konting me time doon in between. But you know, something I realized nung time na yun, I wasn't really giving myself time, even on me times. Because I was just doing it for the sake of saying na meron akong me time.
Para lang, nag-me time na
Oo.
ako, trabaho na ulit ako.
Parang
Ganun.
nagpapamanicure ka, nagpapapedicure ka, pero yung isip mo, ano kayang gagawin kong trabaho mamaya? Like, ano kayang gagawin ko?
Yeah.
So, it was very unhealthy. So, since last year, feeling ko kasi nun, talagang inabuso ko. Admittedly, inabuso ko yung sarili ko. Na parang, syempre, nandun ka sa mindset or like sa headspace na parang, hindi ka pwede mag-stop kasi pag nag-stop ka, mawawala lahat.
Yeah.
Which is something
Yeah.
that I think Mikey and I both share.
Yeah.
Parang
So
may
parang
ganun.
when you reach success, now you gotta keep
Oo,
being
na
successful.
parang, and then, yun nga, with everything that has happened to us, na parang, people will ask, ba't ang bilis? Ba't ang bilis? Hindi ko rin naman masagot. Like, hindi ko alam. Like, hindi ko po alam. Sa totoo lang, hindi ko po
Sorry.
alam. Like, sorry. Kasalanan ko. Like, hindi mo alam. But doon din kasi namin naisip na parang, di ba kung gaano kabilis yung, ano nga yun? Kung gaano kabilis daw
Ganun
yung,
din kabilis mawala.
oo.
Gano'n kabilis dumating, ganun din
Ganon
kabilis mawala.
kabilis mawala. So, we had that fear na parang, if we stop, mawawala siya.
Yeah. But I actually mentioned this kay Mikey na rin na parang, if you really think about it, hindi naman mabilis eh. Like, pandemic pa lang eh.
Oo, Mikey's was pandemic.
Oo.
That's why I was overthinking mine. Kasi parang nung nangyari yun, 1 year pa lang mahigit. Na parang sabi ko, sa 1 year ko pala, akala ko nandun siya magsa-stop. Kaya, tsaka parang feeling ko din nun, wala pa naman ako dun sa peak eh.
Yeah.
Pero papunta na sana. And then matitigil ka.
Yeah.
And
So,
God knows yung overthinking mo when you stop. Na parang, makita mo, parang campaign by campaign na may miss mo siya.
Yeah.
And for a freelancer, that was hard.
Yeah.
Because anong assurance ko na yung susunod, meron pa for me. Diba?
Yeah.
So
parang, yung fear na yon tapos sumabay pa tong
oo,
parang
parang,
ito ba yun?
like, ano nang gagawin ko? Like, sabi ko, so kung mawala na talaga ako, maghahanap na ako ng trabaho. Like, kung mawala na to lahat sa akin, kailangan ko na maghanap ng trabaho.
Yeah. But maybe there are a lot of people as well who's listening to the podcast who's also like overworking themselves. Medyo to the point na yun nga, pag me time, hindi ine-enjoy yung me time, but rather than their any piece of advice for them?
Ako kasi parang, I would still tell you to work as hard as you are already. Like, kung ano yung hustle mo ngayon, I respect it. And, ituloy-tuloy mo lang yan. But, what I changed or what I did differently from when I knew I had the cyst was, I would always look back. Kasi looking back would make you appreciate what you already have. And that's something now we tend to forget when we're into our work na. Like, alam mo naman na, or nararamdaman mo that you have more already now. But you're not gonna stop kasi you want more pa din.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. Hindi masama na you want more. You want more in life kahit na nasa yun na yung mga wala sa'yo dati. But I think what's not good is not acknowledging where you are and forgetting about your past. So sa akin, talagang every time na kunyari nabibusy na ulit or like kapag nag-wonder ako bakit kung may mga bad days, pabalik lang ako as in talagang lahat talaga nasa phone ko pa din, lahat ng pictures, ng videos. Kasi pupunta ako ng 2020, 2021. And then that would, kumbaga, give me peace na dati nga wala akong ganitong problema eh. Like, hindi ko nga pinoproblema dati kung bakit busy ako eh.
Yeah.
Kasi di talaga ako busy. Like talagang lahat na lang na pagluluto ko pa ng kung ano-anong pagkain si Mikey. Ngayon, maghugas nga ng pinggan, hindi ko na kaya eh. So parang yun, I think if you want na parang sa mga sobrang hardworking ko din ng mga sissies and titos out there, I highly suggest you guys make that practice of always looking back. Always look back. Kasi the best way for you to appreciate what you have now is when you when not really compare, but when you acknowledge what you didn't have before.
Yeah.
So
That's
yun
very
talaga siya.
beautiful.
Oo,
Thank you
yun
so
siya.
much for sharing that. Ang ganda
Yes.
nun. Na parang...
Mikey Reyes. Joke lang. Oo,
Tito thoughts.
may ganun kasi siya. Sobrang, ewan ko, pero
Pag sa'yo daw nanggagaling, parang ang heartwarming pag kay Mikey, parang...
iba kasi talaga personality namin. Like,
Yeah.
si Mikey, he's more of a present guy than a past. Which is something na talagang sabi ko sa kanya, hindi siya pwedeng ganun, especially nakasama niya ako in life. Kasi very sentimental ako. So, sa kanya, everything but now,
Yeah.
hindi counted. May ganun siya. Kumbaga
Mm.
kasi parang I think Mikey had his fair share of bad memories in the
Of
past.
course.
That's why the way he reacts to the past is to just forget
Yeah.
about it.
I mean, I think one of also the conversations, share ko na lang din na we had, Mikey and I had, was like, bro, you gotta appreciate like, you're good.
Mm.
Where you are right now, grabe. Like, take the time to really appreciate how great you are. Wala ka nang kailangan gawin, like, where you are. But, I mean, he's a hustler.
Mm-mm.
But now he's more grounded. And I think
Oo.
with you, with everything that has happened to you, with the reflections and the lessons as well, but I think you're in a very exciting part na parehas kayo. Very grounded, but also
Mm-mm.
out there to enjoy life, sabi nga ng doktor.
Oo. Sana nga talaga, Diyos ko po, like ako talagang enjoy life. Like now when I overthink about work and like what my future would be, especially career-wise, kasi mostly yun na lang naman na iniisip
Yeah.
ko ngayon. Parang inisip ko na lang din na everything really happens for a reason. And kung saan man ako dalhin ni Lord, it's all for my own good. And feeling ko naman, talagang inalog niya lang ako noong 2024. Naging like, uy, tama ka na.
Uy,
Like,
gising.
magpahinga ka naman. Feeling ko yun talaga. Pero, yun nga, this year, sabi ko nga, since I'm turning 25.
Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Kahit July pa siya, guys. Sabi ko, turning 25 is really it's a big deal for me now. Especially with what happened last year. And feeling ko talaga, after everything from 20 to 25, it was all to change my mindset na parang you can be more and that you can be your own person and then now it's time to enjoy also. So feeling ko talaga sobrang excited ko for my 25th. Feeling ko it's a beginning of a new era, a new life for me. Yeah.
Really excited for you.
Thank you so
What
much.
can people expect? Like CK, moving forward, this version of CK.
I think now, ano ba? Di ko rin alam eh. I mean, ito no, hindi naman. Feeling ko now kasi I want to be more confident about my choices and myself basically. Because dati, talagang very careful ako.
Yeah.
Which is, tama lang din naman. But sometimes when you're too careful, hindi mo din naman napapakita kung sino ka talaga.
Yeah.
Which is, yun nga, parang ang dami ko nababasa na may video ata kami ni Mikey before na parang biglang lumabas na naman yung kulit ko. And so people were like, "Uy, hindi ka ganyan." But then if you look back 2020, ganun talaga ako. Natago lang siya because ang dami kong fear of the internet world. Which is sabi ko nga, this new year, especially 2025 and since I'm turning 25, I want na people would see na kumbaga little by little, I'm becoming my own self naman.
Unapologetic you.
Oo,
Parang
may
ganun.
mga gano'n. Pero kung magkamali, sorry na lang, gano'n. Sorry.
Pa-advance na.
Oo,
Sorry,
sorry
guys.
na po,
Hindi
'di
pa rin
ba?
perfecto. Tao pa
Oo,
din.
well, never ka naman magiging speaking of, never ka naman magiging perfect
Yeah.
kasi in this line of work.
Yeah.
Yun, feeling ko that's also something na I want to not address, but something that I really want to face fiercely this year.
Yeah. I'm very excited for you,
Thank you
CK. And
so
thank you so much for
much.
sharing all of
Thank
the lessons and the
you.
advices.
Yes.
I think I through this conversation din, parang I got to see the other side of,
Mm.
Sizzy na hindi ko masyado nakikita din sa mga well, but I just really want to say I appreciate it for you being vulnerable here and just sharing your story. I'm sure so many people will be blessed because they're gonna hear your story, and hopefully they also start to do self-care and just have fun, enjoy life.
Totoo. Enjoy life talaga, as in promise enjoy life, lessen your stress factors, as in siguro yun din pala guys, if your stress factor is like under your control naman or it's something controllable like on your end, tanggalin mo na lang kung nakaka-stress yan. Like hindi, there's no point of in holding on to your kumbaga mga stress factors, especially if you can do something about it.
Yeah.
And stress is the root of all sickness, sabi ng doctor ko, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Stress.
ayun. Kung meron na papastress sa inyo, iwas-iwasan nyo muna, or kung hindi nyo talaga pwedeng iwas-iwasan, iwanan nyo na lang. Di ba?
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
But again, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here.
so
Really appreciate your
much.
time and
Thank you.
everything that you have shared here. And kung nakaabot pa kayo dito, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I'll link down all the links below where you can follow and watch TC's contents as well. But thank you guys so much. And see you guys next episode. Bye.